Starting off this countdown, we have Donald Trump. Now, believe it or not, but Donald Trump has attended the Met Gala before with his wife Melania Trump. This was before his whole presidency run. And in 2004, he actually proposed to Melania at that year's Met Gala. Now, the first red flag that he gave Anna Wintour was that he said he got his ring for half price. Trump proposed with a 13-carat diamond ring worth almost $3 million. Now, he could have kept it at that, but he bragged that he got it for half the price. And Anna said that she found that tacky. Then a couple of years ago, Anna appeared on the Late Late Show with James Corden. While on that show, James asked her who she would never invite back to the Met Gala, and she revealed that it was Donald Trump. In our 9th spot today, we have Gwyneth Paltrow. While on the Kyle and Jackie O show in 2013, Paltrow revealed that her time at the Met Gala was not fun at all. She said, and I quote, "It sucked. It seems like it's the best thing in the world. You always think, oh my god, it's gonna be so glamorous and amazing and you're gonna see all these people, and then you get there and it's so hot and it's so crowded and everyone's pushing you. I think we're all a bit old to dress up, punk." Now, I wonder what Anna had to say about that. Now, it seemed like Paltrow was banned for a couple of years before returning to the Met in 2017 and then in 2019, but she didn't attend in any recent years, so I highly doubt she will attend this year. Coming in at number 8, we have Tina Fey. Tina Fey has it out for the Met Gala. She is not a fan whatsoever. Back in 2015, Tina revealed to David Letterman, and I quote, "I've gone to it once and it is such a jerk parade. Clearly, I'll never go again. But you go and it's this beautiful space and it's just every jerk from every walk of life is there wearing some stupid thing. You walk up these huge steps, and I went and I dragged my husband along with me too, which I'm still in trouble for." Tina will not be back after calling the gala a jerk parade. But also, she doesn't even want to be invited back, so it's a win for her.
Number 7, Meryl Streep. Being a 3-time Academy Award winner and 9-time Golden Globe winner, Marilyn is accustomed to red carpet events. However, although the acting legend has starred in several fashion-forward roles in movies like The Devil Wears Prada, it would seem like her role in the movie has made Anna a little less than pleased, as she's constantly refusing to talk about the movie, especially when Meryl and her sat down for a meeting, and during the meeting when Meryl was asked for the identity of the most challenging woman she has ever played, it seems like she was poised to say it was Wintour, only for Wintour to joke, "No, no, no, we're not going there, Meryl," even though Meryl was set to be co-chair for the 2020 Met Gala. When the event was prevented from taking place that year, she was not re-added to the co-chair when the Met was held again in 2021, and she didn't even receive an invite, which proves that there's a lot of tension when it comes to the fashion guru and actress.
Coming in at number 6, we have Melania Trump. I mean, Melania could have still attended without her husband, but she got under Anna's skin and now is banned as well. During an interview, Anna revealed that she's not fond of Melania and her role as a transatlantic fashion ambassador. When asked about it, she said, and I quote, "I think First Lady Michelle Obama is so incredible in every decision she made about fashion. She supported designers, indeed from all over the world. She was the best ambassador this country could possibly have in many ways. Obviously way beyond fashion." So she completely avoided the question about Melania. She didn't acknowledge her at all. She just changed the topic and started gushing about Michelle, who she said is incredible. And Melania, well, she thinks of her in a much lesser way.
Number 5, Donald Trump. Now, while there are some pretty obvious reasons why Donald Trump will never be invited back to the Met Gala, including with how controversial he is as a past president, Anna herself has confirmed that she will never invite him back to her event. One such reason is that he clearly broke one of her very strict rules while attending the Met Gala. Back in 2004, before he was the president, was instead just a television show host and socialite, Trump walked the Met Gala stairs with his then girlfriend Melania. He'd attended the party many times, but in 2004, he took the opportunity to be in front of a ton of cameras and proposed to Melania on the spot. He held up a 13-carat diamond ring worth more than $3 million, although he quickly informed everyone that he got it for half price. I don't know why you would say that. Anna Wintour does not allow such blatant tackiness at her events, instead upholding it to strict opulence and fashion expression. To take the spotlight like that must not have gone over well. That being said, I am eating my words a bit because he and Melania would go on to attend the gala up until 2012, when he was no longer invited. I can kind of smell a bit of of going with the crowd from Anna here. While I ardently disagree with Trump's policies, I also disagree with being a yellow belly. And I think once Trump became too controversial is when he was no longer allowed to the event, despite being friends with Anna in the past.
In our fourth spot, we have Kim Kardashian. Kim sparked so much controversy last year at the Met Gala after losing a bunch of weight to try and fit into Marilyn Monroe's vintage gown, which apparently got damaged after Kim wore it. Due to this controversy, and again her controversy with Kanye, people believe that Kim will not be invited back. Not only that, but one of Anna's team members told Page 6 that they are cracking down on the Kardashians and that they might not receive an invite this year. But knowing Kris Jenner, I could see her pulling some strings to make sure it still happens.
Number 3. Tim Gunn. Though you might assume that all the important names in fashion could put aside their differences to share the most anticipated party of the year, you obviously know better than that. As we know, the Met Gala wouldn't be the Met Gala with all the cattiness and pettiness reigning in the industry. So Tim Gunn actually used to enjoy attending the Met Galas until 2006 when his invitation disappeared indefinitely. He then told E! The reason behind his banning was when he said, "I was asked what is the most unforgettable thing I've seen in fashion, and said it's easy. I was watching Anna Wintour being carried down 5 flights of stairs by 2 bodyguards from a fashion show." While Vogue went on to ask him to make a retraction about his comment, he refused and found his name in Anna's bad book, and there has been a full-out feud between the two since.
In our second spot today, we have Amber Heard. This one is quite obvious. After the whole trial with Johnny Depp, a number of brands and events have boycotted her, including the Met Gala. The Met does not want to be associated with that drama at all. If she would attend the event, it would only receive negative media attention for Anna and the Met. Now, we all know how messy this court case was. Johnny Depp sued his ex-wife Amber Heard in March of 2019 after her 2018 article for the Washington Post titled, "I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change." In the piece, she refers to herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Depp wasn't mentioned by name, but he said it was defamation of his character. He ended up losing everything. He was dropped from the Fantastic Beasts franchise and replaced, and was dropped from Disney as well. He was then labeled as a wife beater in a number of magazines. But in the end, Johnny Depp won the defamation trial against Amber Heard. The jury awarded him $15 million in damages. Amber Heard has already been dropped by a number of brands, including L'Oreal, and she's basically been blacklisted from Hollywood. I can't see her getting any acting jobs anytime soon, let alone being invited to public events like the Met Gala.
So starting off our list today at number 10, we have Jennifer Aniston. Despite Jennifer Aniston being an A-list celebrity who is a regular at award show events and the occasional fashion dinner, everyone's favorite friend has never appeared at the Met Gala, and it makes you wonder why we have never actually seen any of the Friends cast attend the event. Even at the height of the show's popularity, it is said Anna just finds the entire cast too C-list for the event. Or does she just find their fashion statements poor? Jennifer has never been the one to step outside of her comfort zone when it comes to fashion, and Anna has probably never invited her because she feels like Jennifer might just not bring her A game to the event. But if one thing's for sure, we can all agree we would still love to see Jennifer bring her signature effortless elegance to the Met steps one year, because that would be iconic, and Anna's truly missing out by not inviting her. Number 9, Kanye West. With Kanye being pretty controversial, it seems like his high fashion connections are dissolving around him, and it seems like even Anna Wintour now wants nothing to do with him and his erratic behavior, and I don't blame her. Anna is at the point where she has no intentions of working with Kanye ever again, and she's even gone on to end more than a decade-long relationship between them that was both business and personal. After Kanye went on a complete downward spiral, a Vogue spokesperson told Page 6, yay unveiling of his White Lives Matter t-shirts in Paris and his subsequent railing against Jewish people were too much for Wintour. And because of Kanye's most infamous episode, Anna has now reportedly told everyone at Vogue that Kanye has been cut out of the magazine's inner circle, which means Kanye will no longer be able to attend Met Gala events, cover shoots, or even have Fashion Week coverage going forward. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming back to the list at number 8, we have Nicki Minaj. notch. Missing the complete mark of the Met Gala last year, her whole ensemble just went a little too far, with her upper body and face following completely in line with the theme as she was covered in black gems. If Nicki just wore a dress and jewels, her look would have been a complete knockout, but the fact that the rapper decided to wear a weird top that didn't fit her well, a hat, and a pair of pants proves that she really just didn't plan her overall look as well as she could have. To make matters even worse, Nicki's top throughout the night just kept slipping down, and apparently Anna wasn't too impressed with the situation, as this year Nicki is finding herself being axed from this prestigious event, especially since after the event she chose to draw attention to her malfunction by saying, "The only unplanned thing about my look is that my chest is popping out because they made my cup size a little too small. But isn't this why you do an outfit fitting before the big day?"
In our 7th spot today we have Lena Dunham. American writer, director, actor, and producer Lena Dunham will never be returning to the Met Gala, and honestly, it's by choice. In a conversation with Amy Schumer, Lena revealed how awful her time was at the Met Gala. She said, and I quote, "You and I were literally sitting across from each other at the Met Ball, and it was like a crazy countdown to when we could escape. You were like, we're honored to be here, we're honored to be here." So, although the two of them were honored to be there, they both did not have a pleasant time and will not be returning.
Number 6. Adele. Even though Adele has become a music icon after her brief break from the industry in 2021, not only did she prove that she was making a comeback, but she also proved that she was a fashion icon. Whether she was performing in outstanding gowns, rocking a stunning pair of heels, or sitting courtside in striking coats, she has made a lot of heads turn. But even with this, the Easy On Me singer hasn't attended the event. Although there have been rumors that she's been invited to the event before, it seems like she decided to snub the gala, which apparently made Anna really upset, as she puts a lot of consideration to who she chooses to attend the event. So the fact that Adele turned down her offer has turned things a little sour, to the point Anna will be snubbing her from this year's event. Number 5. Jamila Jamil. So we all know Jamila Jamil is never the one to shy away from expressing her opinions, as a lot of her statements have landed her in the hot seat, and she's definitely on a self-destructive path because of it. Well, back in October, Jamila would call out the Met Gala for their 2023 theme, which celebrated the late Karl Lagerfeld, by saying this man was indeed supremely talented, but used his platform in such a distinctively hateful way, mostly towards women, so repeatedly and up until last year of his life, showing no remorse, no atonement, no apology, no help to groups he attacked. There was no explanation for his cruel outburst, and just like that, she would find her name being cut from the invitation, as Anna and her clearly showed different views, and Anna was afraid Jamila, if she was invited to this year's event, she would make some pretty controversial statements that would have all of Hollywood talking, but I'm sure even without an invitation, we're going to see her try something that we've never seen before. Number 4. Tom Brady. Back in 2014, we were all shocked to see Tom Brady attend the Met Gala, but at the same time, we were all just a little disappointed to see what he chose to wear on the red carpet, because it was clear he just didn't really understand what the event was supposed to be. Well, apparently Anna Wintour felt the exact same way, as when she made an appearance with Seth Meyers to dish out about the Met Gala that very same year, she would throw some major shade at Tom after a photo of the quarterback was shown, and in the photo the quarterback wore a black tie to a white tie event, and Anna responded by saying, well, at least he has Giselle Bundchen, so that helps. And since he's never really been invited to the event because he clearly never reads the invitation.
Number 3. Tina Fey. The comedian and actress has been to the Met Gala before, but definitely wasn't invited back after she gave it a scathing review in 2015 on the David Letterman show. She told the talk show host, quote, "I've gone to it once and it was such a jerk parade. Clearly I'll never go again. But you go and it's this beautiful space and it's just every jerk from every walk of life is there wearing some stupid thing. You walk up these huge steps, and I went and I dragged my husband along with me too, which I'm still in trouble for." There is no way she'd have been invited back by Anna since, knowing that she does not take too kindly to naysayers.
Number 2, we have Giorgio Armani. After Anna Wintour decided to skip out on Giorgio's show on the last day of Milan's Fashion Week, the designer took notice and let the whole world know when he told reporters there are some who prefer to snub the Giorgio Armani show and go to Paris. She took an airplane, dumped Mr. Armani, and went to Paris. Despite voicing his unhappiness, Anna's behavior upset Giorgio Giorgio the most, as instead of attending the event herself, she sent her people to the event to attend for her. And this made him feel like he wasn't influential and powerful because Giorgio chose to call Anna out. He's been penalized for it because the power she holds over the fashion community, and because of this, it's not only taken a huge hit on his line, but he's now also been axed from attending the hottest event of the year. And with noting that, when was the last time you ever seen his designs hit the Met Gala? Years. Number 1. Isaac Mizrahi. In 2019, fashion designer Isaac Mizrahi would report that he once fell out of Anna Wintour's favor and she would start to body shame him in the process. Despite the pair having a long-time friendship that spanned on for more than 3 decades, Isaac still decided to dish the dirt on some alleged toxic moments they had in their relationship in his memoir. And in it, he would reveal that Anna has a habit of making fun of his weight, and she never missed an opportunity to make note by congratulating him when he was thin or teasing him when he wasn't. Isaac then went on to note that he knew his relationship with Anna was over in 2013 when he was backstage for his event and she didn't show up. And it seems like his and Anna's bond has been shattered for good as they don't see each other, and she's even axed him from attending the Met Gala. Starting off our list today at number 10, we have the Kardashians. With Kim Kardashian attending the Met Gala since 2013, she has become a series regular, and thanks to her stunning looks, her family has also been asked to attend the hottest event of the season in the past. But now it seems like the whole Kardashian clan may have actually gotten the boot from attending this year's Met Gala event. And it really makes us ask if it's because the family just isn't relevant anymore, with sources telling Page 6 that Vogue's editor-in-chief Anna Wintour is cracking down on the guest list. It really makes you wonder why she is leaving Hollywood's most famous family off the list from attending this year's event. And it could be related to the fact that Kim damaged the most iconic dress ever worn by Marilyn Monroe to be the reason behind the family's shutout. But there's still rumors circulating that the Kardashians could actually still show up to the event despite being too C-list for Anna's liking. Number 9. Demi Lovato. When you get invited to the Met Gala and you don't enjoy your time, it's probably better not to speak about it. How much the experience was unjoyful and it was actually a nightmare for you. Or you may never receive an invite to come back, and that's exactly what happened to Demi Lovato after the Met Gala was over. Demi chatted about her experience during an interview with Billboard in 2018, where she would note she hadn't attended a gala since before, saying, "I had a terrible experience. This one celebrity was a complete B and was miserable to be around, and it was very cliquey, and I remember being so uncomfortable that I wanted to drink. The experience was so bad that Demi even had to leave the Met Gala to go straight to an AA meeting." And especially since she went on to make fun of the gala, Anna probably just will presume to leave her name off the list going forward to prevent Demi from being uncomfortable going forward. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming in number 8, we have Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer's statement on the Met Gala didn't get her banned permanently. Well, that's what we hope, but she once made it very clear about how she truly felt about the event when she sat down for an interview with Howard Stern in 2016. And what she had to say definitely hurt her chances of getting an invite back. As the star went on to say, "It's people doing an impersonation of having a conversation. I don't like the farce. We're dressed up like a bunch of effing a-holes. I don't like it. I have no interest in fashion. I don't care. But if you have no interest in fashion, then why would you be attending the biggest fashion event of the year, held by the biggest fashion icon the world has ever known?"
Number 7. Dolly Parton. God, what I would give to see Dolly Parton at the Met Gala. You just know that she would serve so hard. But alas, Dolly has never been to the Met Gala, and not for a lack of want either. She simply just hasn't been invited, which is so weird to me. She's obviously an A-list celebrity, one of the nicest people ever, so why has this legend with an extremely active career, one who is known for making insane statements with her outfits, not been to the fashion celebration event everyone loves to hate? I mean, come on, especially with Gilded Age as the theme, she would have brought fringe and sparkles and opulence all in one in a way that I know she is so capable of. She could, however, not want to go too, I guess, given how gaudy and self-serving the Met Gala also is. She isn't really one to be all look at me like some other celebrities are, so that could be a reason, but I do wish she would go, if only to wipe the floor with other celebs that just show up in like a suit or whatever.
Number 6. Zayn Malik. So we all know Zayn attended the 2016 Met Gala with his then girlfriend Gigi Hadid, but he made it very clear at the end of the night that he had no interest in redoing it, as he later told GQ magazine in 2018, "I'd rather be sitting at my house doing something more productive than dressing up in really expensive clothes and then being photographed on the red carpet. To do the self-indulgent look at me, I'm amazing thing on the red carpet, it's not me. And considering he was miserable attending the event and the fact that he and Gigi Hadid are in a giant feud means that Zayn's chances of attending the event this year are very slim. But it's not like Zayn would really care about being left off the list anyways, as it's not like he wants to run into Gigi's family, and he definitely would rather be sitting at home doing more productive things. It's just really not hard to blame him, as just being able to attend the event once is a dream come true to many. Number 5, Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie is pretty much known for her iconic performances in movies like The Tomb Raider and Maleficent. Yet it would seem like even though Angelina has an edgy yet elegant fashion sense that has transformed her into a celebrated fashion icon over the years, it still isn't enough to impress Anna Wintour. Despite being an A-list celebrity, Angelina has never attended the Met Gala, and she probably never will. So we all know that Angelina has never been the one to shy away from making red carpet statements, and she would have probably given us some stunning Met Gala appearances. However, it seems like the star has never been invited to the event, not just because she doesn't find it a priority, but it's because Anna has always suspected that there's just something off about the actress. And with her making a huge scene about her divorce from her ex-husband, Anna now finds her just to be a little too C-list and a little too problematic to be invited to the event. Number 4, Lily Reinhart. So back in October, Lily Reinhart would state that she didn't think she would ever be invited to the Met Gala again. And she may have just been right when she stated that, as we might not see the actor attend the event for a while now. And it wasn't because she didn't have a good time in the years that she has previously attended, but more to do with the fact that she got a little critical when it came to her comments about Kim Kardashian that had her name removed from the guest list of the hottest event of the year. In case you forgot, after last year's event, Lily was quick to call out Kim after Kim revealed that she had lost 16 pounds in just 3 weeks in order to fit into one of Marilyn Monroe's iconic dresses. And with it, Lily just doesn't seem to regret her comments. She doesn't care to be invited back, but one thing is for sure, even with the Kardashian family being axed from this year's event, Lily had the courage to call the biggest family in Hollywood out, and they're responsible for the ruin of many people who stand before her. So Anna's definitely afraid of what this type of power could have at the gala, and that's why she was disinvited.
Moving on to number 3, we have Khloe Kardashian. Now, Khloe Kardashian's first Met Gala was actually just last year, while her sisters have attended a number of other times. Why is this? Well, Anna said that she was too C-list for her prestigious event. Now that is something else. And her first time might actually be her last time. She showed up to the event wearing a beaded gold Moschino dress, but she received backlash as people said it was too boring for the year's gilded glamour theme. If she didn't impress Anna, then she might not be coming back this year, especially since it seems like the Kardashians as a whole are not in her good books right now.
Number 2, Josh Hartnett. If you're like me, you're probably asking yourself, whatever happened to Josh Hartnett? And why haven't we seen him in all these years? And honestly, it could just be because of Anna Wintour. Though Josh has been an attendee at the Met Gala before, it seems like he found his name being cut from the list, as Anna just doesn't find him relevant any longer. And even with Anna declaring that Josh is no longer relevant, her fans, or those who have been fascinated with the Met Gala for years, have caught wind of this drama due to the 2016 documentary The First Monday in May, as Calvin Klein calls Vogue, requesting to dress Josh Hartnett and have him sit at his table, and Vogue responded with a thanks but no thanks response by saying, "What has he done lately?" Nothing. You guys are all set, and just like that, Josh's career disappeared. And coming in number 1 today, we have Coco Rocha. Supermodel Coco Rocha was a staple on the Met Gala red carpet for years, but when Katy Perry was invited to co-chair the 2017 Comme des Garçons theme event, things got a little too personal. Though Anna oversees the whole affair, she does bestow some of her power to the VIPs who co-host with her each year. As if you recall back in 2013, Coco once accused Katy of copying her style when the the Dark Horse singer wore the exact same gown Coco had donned at that year's Met Gala just a couple months earlier. And flash forward years later, Katy finally got her revenge, and it just gets even more intense, as although Coco has been attending the gala several times for not being invited in 2017, we probably will never see her attend the event again, as once you're kicked off that list, an invite back unless somehow you become this triple A-list celebrity, which the chances are pretty slim.
Number 10, Meryl Streep. The iconic and one of the most beloved stars in Hollywood, Meryl Streep has actually never been to the Met Gala. Likely due to her track record, I doubt the invites have kept coming every year. Although she's a regular at award shows and routinely makes appearances at the Academy Awards and Grammys, she has never graced the red carpet at Anna Wintour's event. That isn't exactly all that surprising, however, because outside of award shows, she's only ever really made appearances to promote a film or television series that she started. Meryl Streep keeps a notoriously private life and prefers to spend the rest of her time out of the limelight, so it seems like an event that celebrates fashion rather than something that would have been seen as a work event would be deemed as unnecessary by her. Number 9, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. It cannot be argued that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith aren't famous enough to walk the stairs at the Met Gala, so why then have they never been? It's apparent that they love the limelight, given how often they're in the news and how controversial they are as a pair. Their children, Willow Smith and Jaden Smith, have attended, however, none of the family members attended this year. I would absolutely not be surprised if Anna Wintour, the creator of the event and notoriously strict personality, deliberately did not extend an invitation towards the family after Will's embarrassing Oscars fiasco this year. Anna Wintour is the real-life person behind Meryl Streep's iconic character in The Devil Wears Prada, so it's no surprise that she would want absolutely zero nonsense on her stage, and she may have sided with the Academy in this scenario. Likely though, even if the Met Gala had extended invitations to the family, I doubt they would have attended, as Will Smith has kept an extremely low profile since he slapped Chris Rock. He hasn't even posted to any of his social media since it happened, outside of the apology to Chris that seems to have gone unheard. Number 8, Paris Hilton. I was absolutely shocked when I found out that Paris Hilton has never attended the Met Gala. She is the OG socialite. The Kardashians wish they were her. So why has she not been to the massive event that celebrates one of her favorite things, fashion? While I sadly do not have the answer to that question, I think, safely assume that it's because she hasn't been invited. I mean, I am pretty well sure that if she had been invited, she definitely would have attended. I mean, she is a socialite after all. It's not that she's not relevant either. Although she did kind of stay out of the news for a few years, she's back and better than ever, making headlines with her new television show Cooking with Paris. I wonder why Anna has never invited her, despite inviting basically everyone from the Kardashian family this year.
Number 7, Rachel Zoe. You definitely won't be seeing celebrity stylist and fashion designer Rachel Zoe getting her own table at the Met Gala anytime soon. The former Bravo series star once was invited to Brian Atwood's table at the 2007 gala, but she was then shortly disinvited after. And if it couldn't get any more awkward, it would then be said that although Anna doesn't need any kind of formal reason to cut her guest from her party, she definitely cut Rachel from attending the event because she didn't love the fact that Rachel once told the New York Times that Anna Wintour is one of her heroes, but they say I'm more influential. Yikes.
Number 6, Britney Spears. Now this one I was a little surprised about. Britney has never been to the Met Gala, and honestly, I think that may have had to do more with the controlling conservatorship she was under with her father. I doubt he would have allowed her to such a big event given how cutthroat he was in controlling every aspect of her life. But now that it has officially ended, you'd think that this would finally be the year for the pop icon to make her Met debut. Alas, she sadly did not show up, and honestly I think that may have to do more with her insanely busy schedule. Working full-time in Las Vegas at her residency, being engaged and caring for her children, Britney has an insanely busy lifestyle. Her workload is non-stop. I mean, just looking at her Instagram makes me exhausted.
We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with Kanye West. Now, there's a number of reasons why Kanye is no longer welcome at the Met Gala. The most obvious reason why is because of all the recent drama surrounding him and the Kardashians, and the number of hateful, xenophobic, and anti-Semitic things that he has had to say. In fact, a Vogue spokesperson told Page 6 that Vogue and Anna will never work with Kanye ever again. Not only that, but in 2014, Anna put Kim and Kanye on the cover of Vogue magazine with the hashtag world's most talked about couple. When asked about why she did this, she said, and I quote, "I think if we just remain deeply tasteful and just put deeply tasteful people on the cover, it would be a rather boring magazine." Meaning she finds both Kanye and Kim both very distasteful, and she basically only featured them to get attention.
Number 4, Helena Bonham Carter. Helena Bonham Carter is the absolute queen of punk-influenced fashion, but she revealed on the Graham Norton show that she has never been invited to the Met Gala. I mean, can you imagine the power she would have held when the theme was punk, chaos to culture in 2013? I am forever saddened that she didn't get to present her insane style on the carpet there. But I think honestly, I'm starting to see a trend as I was writing the script of celebrities not being invited who are known for their crazy wardrobes. I mean, Kim Kardashian wore the literal dress of Marilyn Monroe that shook the world when she looked naked except for being covered in diamonds, and it just kind of looked bland on the Kardashian. Helena Bonham Carter has a unique style, and even Rihanna hinted that her fashion may have something to do with why she's never been invited. While on the Graham Norton show episode that revealed she'd never been invited, Rihanna was also guest starring and quipped in a friendly and playful manner, quote, "That's because you wear dresses like that," and pointed to the actress's funky colored look.
Number 3. Andre Leon Talley. Back in the day, Andre Leon Talley and Anna Wintour appeared to have an unbreakable bond, but later on they proved that appearances can be deceiving. As in the lead up to his memoir, The Chiffon Trenches, Talley spilled the tea on his former boss when he claimed that he was fired from his position as Vogue's editor-at-large in 2018 because he had become too old, too overweight, and too uncool. Andre then went on to paint a brutal picture of Wintour when he alleged that she didn't have any decency and kindness to call or email him about his firing. After Andre then went on to note that before he was fired, he was told his weight was out of control and that he was being sent off to a rehabilitation center at Duke's Diet and Fitness Center. With their friendship being over, it seemed like Anna no longer sees Andre as value to her, and she has completely axed out the editor, leaving him to deal with both emotional and psychological scars.
Number 2. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. This celebrity duo has routinely made headlines lately for being so freaking weird. But although Megan Fox has been to the event before, neither her nor her musical fiance have made an appearance at the 2022 Met. Megan actually usually does really well for herself in the fashion department of the event, and considering how popular the couple has been, it was pretty surprising that neither her nor MGK showed. It's unknown whether they were invited or not, but if they weren't, I bet it may be because they're a very dramatic couple. Anna Wintour absolutely doesn't like the spotlight being taken away from fashion, so maybe she saw the couple as a threat to staying on topic. Although I bet they would have done something pretty cool and weird if they did attend. Every year I'm a bit disappointed by some celebrities for having very boring outfits despite such cool themes, and I doubt I would have been bored by whatever that quirky duo could conjure. Number 1. Anya Taylor-Joy. I was so disappointed that Anya Taylor-Joy didn't show up to the 2022 Met Gala. She really is a total powerhouse of an actor. Queen's Gambit was absolutely phenomenal. But because she's in such high demand, it could be very well likely that she was invited, but rather couldn't attend because she's currently working on 4 different movies all at the same time. She's set to work in the upcoming films Furiosa, Laughter in the Dark, Amsterdam, and Menu. So I bet she could just not spare the time to wear a cool outfit for one night. I really can't wait to see her more though if her schedule allows it.
In at number 10, Rachel Zoe. Rachel Zoe got on Anna Wintour's bad side when Zoe claimed that she was more influential to fashion than Anna Wintour. Clearly not the best thing to say if you want to be honored with an invite to the gala. There were rumors that Rachel was blacklisted from the Met invite list after she told the New York Times, quote, "Anna Wintour is one of my heroes, but they say that I'm more influential. As great as it is, Vogue won't change a designer's business. But if an unknown brand is worn by a certain person in a tabloid, it will be the biggest designer within a week." Back in 2007, Rachel was invited to the Met and was to be seated at Brian Atwood's table, but she was disinvited shortly after the invite. Many think it was due to these comments, but clearly the tension between them didn't last long as Rachel was invited back to the 2012 Met. In at number 9, Andre Leon Talley. Anna Wintour and the late fashion legend Andre Leon Talley had a very close bond for many years. They even worked together at Vogue. But it seemed that suddenly Talley was cut from Vogue and was no longer close with Wintour. We got the full story behind their feud in Talley's 2020 memoir, The Chiffon Trenches. According to parts of the book obtained by Page 6, he claimed he was fired from his position as Vogue's editor-at-large in 2018 because, quote, "I'd suddenly become too old, too overweight, too uncool." He also claimed that when he was fired, Wintour did not even have the decency to call him and speak to him beforehand. He also revealed that when he began to struggle with weight after the death of his grandmother, Wintour reportedly offered him a gym membership, then held an intervention years later. After this bitter feud started, Talley was not invited to the Met again. Thankfully, the pair reportedly made up shortly before his death. And at number 8, Donald Trump. One of the only people we can be sure will not be invited to the Met Gala is none other than former President Donald Trump. Although I should say he won't be invited back again because Trump has attended the Met Gala in the past. However, his political run changed that all for him, and since he's hated by most of the Hollywood elites, it makes sense they wouldn't want to see him at the Met. This ban was confirmed when Anna Wintour revealed it on The Late Late Show with James Corden. In 2017, during one of Corden's segments, Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts, Corden asked who Wintour would never invite back to the event, and she was quick to answer Donald Trump. Since she was not shy to reveal it to the public, clearly she's very confident of her decision. And at number 7, Khloe Kardashian. Most of the Kardashians get invited to the Met every year, with Kim, Kendall, and Kylie being staples at the event. Even Kris Jenner gets invited most of the time. However, neither Kourtney or Khloe have ever attended a Met ball. Apparently that's because Khloe is banned, and Kourtney has never been relevant enough to grace the very A-list event. But it was rumored that Kourtney and her boyfriend Travis Barker were actually invited to the esteemed event this year, which would have been Kourtney's first Met, but Kourtney decided not to go for the sake of Khloe. A source said, quote, Khloe and Kourtney have never been invited to the Met Gala, but Kourtney was invited to this one and chose to stay home with Khloe because she didn't want to leave her alone. Another part of this is that the Met is known to be Kim's event, and she prefers that her sisters do not go so she can shine solo. If you're wondering why Khloe gets the cold shoulder, apparently she's too C-list for the event. And at number 6, Khloe Kardashian. So this prediction was proved wrong last night when Khloe was finally invited to the Met, but it was definitely clear for a few years that Anna did not want Khloe Kardashian at the event. The Met Gala is a place that is usually full of Kardashians. Kim, Kylie, and Kendall are always a mainstay, with momager Kris also usually getting an invite. But fans have noticed over the years that Khloe and Kourtney have never attended the event, even though they are famous enough to attend. Insiders revealed that at first, Anna never wanted any of the Kardashians at the event. But over time, Kim, Kylie, and Kendall impressed Anna with their fashion, and she believed they were influential enough to be invited. Unfortunately, Khloe never made the cut, and insiders claim that Anna believed Khloe was, quote, too C-list to be invited to the event. Another rumor swirled that Kourtney had been invited, but didn't go because she didn't want Khloe to be left out. Thankfully, all the members of the Kardashian family were present at the 2022 Met. Halfway number 5, Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow is another celebrity who openly slammed the award show and paid the ultimate price. After Paltrow attended the Met in 2013, she told the Kylie and Jackie O show that, quote, it sucked. Ouch. She continued that it seems like it would be the best thing in the world, adding, quote, you always think, oh my god, it's going to be so glamorous and amazing, and you're gonna see all these people, and then you get there and it's so hot and it's so crowded and everyone's pushing you. I think we're all a bit old to dress up punk. Apparently these comments did not go over well, and Paltrow and Wintour had a minor feud in the years that followed. But over time the pair were able to make up, and Paltrow was invited to the 2017 Met. In at number 4, Azzedine Alaïa. Anna Wintour is considered a fashion icon to many people in the industry, other than Azzedine Alaïa. The pair's feud began in 2009 when Alaïa's work wasn't included in the Costume Institute's exhibit, The Model as Muse. This snub caused many of the designer's good friends like Naomi Campbell to skip the Met in protest. When asked about the snub, the designer stated that Wintour, quote, behaves like a dictator, but I'm not scared of her anymore. Things got much shadier a few years later when Alaïa came after Wintour's personal style, saying, quote, Wintour runs the business very well, but not the fashion part. When I see how she's dressed, I don't believe in her taste for 1 second. The final dig happened when Alaïa concluded, quote, anyway, who will remember Anna Wintour in the history of fashion? No one. Clearly after those harsh words, Anna will do everything in her power to keep him away from the Met. And at number 3, Josh Hartnett. Banned is probably a pretty strong word for the treatment of Josh Hartnett. A better term would be not relevant enough to attend. And there are tons of celebrities that are not famous enough to attend because fame is always changing based on whatever project a celebrity has been a part of. The biggest sting against Josh specifically is that he was shown in a documentary about the Met called The First Monday in May, wherein Calvin Klein's team called up Vogue to request a seat for Hartnett, and they harshly responded, quote, what has he done lately? Nothing. You guys are all set. Based on this response, it's clear that he's not banned for life, more so temporarily banned until he gets cast in something noteworthy. And at number 2, Kamala Harris. Vice President Kamala Harris and Anna Wintour got into a tense feud over Harris's Vogue cover photo. Harris was honored to be featured in Vogue and took some photos that were very casual and others that were more vice presidential. Harris assumed that a serious one of her in a blue suit would be chosen for the cover photo. However, the political community was shocked when the cover photo showed a casual Kamala laughing and wearing a casual suit with sneakers. Harris reportedly felt belittled by the photo and complained to Anna to change it. Wintour chose the photo because she loved how relatable it made Harris seem, but it seemed to belittle the position that Harris was in. Harris's favorite photo of her in the suit was used as a limited edition alternative. Some of the vice president's allies slams Vogue's choice of the cover photo, saying it failed to give Harris the respect that she deserved. Others also said the lighting and background of the photo were very unflattering. Anna doesn't like to be challenged, so we can assume she thinks lesser of Harris now. And finally, number 1, Amber Heard. This one is pretty obvious, but there's no chance that Amber Heard will be invited to the Met Gala again. I say again because Heard has gone many times in the past, even once with her ex, Johnny Depp. Even though Amber always looks beautiful at the event, in light of all the negative media coverage surrounding her, the Met will not want to be associated with her whatsoever, even if she happens to be found innocent after the trial. It will be interesting to see if Johnny Depp would ever be invited back, but I assume even if he was invited, he would choose not to attend. And at number 10, Khloe Kardashian. The Met Gala is a place that is usually full of Kardashians. Kim, Kylie, and Kendall are always a mainstay, with momager Kris also usually getting an invite. But fans have noticed over the years that Khloe and Kourtney have never attended the event, even though they could be considered more famous than some other celebrities that have made the cut. Insiders revealed that at first, Anna never wanted any of the Kardashians at the event. But over time, Kim, Kylie, and Kendall impressed Anna with their fashion, and she believed they were influential enough to be invited. Unfortunately, Khloe never made the cut, and insiders claim that Anna believed Khloe was, quote, too C-list to be invited to the event. After Khloe was once again not present at the 2021 Met, a rumor started that Khloe was actually banned from the event altogether. A fan tweeted at Khloe, quote, "Khloe, now that you are online, please tell us if the Met Gala rumors are true, because I'll burn that dinosaur's bones." Khloe then responded, quote, "Absolutely not true." She meant about the ban. Although if she was banned, I'm not sure she would exactly know about it. And at number 9, Donald Trump. One of the only people we can be sure will not be invited to the Met Gala is none other than former President Donald Trump. Although I should say he'll never be invited again because Trump has attended the Met Gala in the past. However, his political run changed that for him, and since he is hated by most of the Hollywood elites, it makes sense they would not want to party it up with him at the Met. This ban was confirmed when Anna Wintour, the legendary editor of Vogue that is in charge of the guest list, revealed it on the Late Late Show with James Corden. In 2017, during one of Corden's segments, Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts, Corden asked who Wintour would never again invite to the event, and she was quick to answer, Donald Trump. Since she was not shy to reveal it to the public, I'm sure she won't be going back on her word in the future. And at number 8, Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato had a terrible time at the 2018 Met Gala, and for that reason, even if they were invited again, I doubt they would actually go. During an interview with Billboard in 2019, Demi said how awful the Met Gala was, saying, quote, "I had a terrible experience. This one celebrity was a complete bitch and was miserable to be around. It was very cliquey. I remember being so uncomfortable that I wanted to drink." At this time, Demi was fighting to stay sober, so it was incredibly concerning that this event almost ruined all their progress. After the event, Demi revealed they went directly from the gala to an AA meeting, saying, quote, "I changed my clothes, but I still had my diamonds on. Millions of dollars of diamonds on in an AA meeting. And I related more to the homeless people in that meeting who struggled with the same struggles that I deal with than the people at the Met Gala." To make matters even worse, days after the gala, Demi got in a feud with Nicki Minaj when Minaj did not tag Demi in a group photo, clearly hinting that Nicki was the person who made it such a bad time for Demi. And at number 7, Melania Trump. Along with her hatred of Donald Trump, Anna Wintour also does not care for his wife and the former First Lady, Melania Trump. To make matters worse, Anna Wintour and Michelle Obama had a very close friendship and put Michelle on the cover of Vogue a number of times throughout her reign as First Lady. The feud started in 2019 when Wintour was asked about putting First Ladies on the cover of Vogue. Wintour commented that there is a tradition to put the First Lady on the cover when they first come into office. When speaking about putting Michelle on the cover 3 times, Wintour added, quote, "I don't think it's a moment not to take a stand. You have to stand up for what you believe in, and you have to take a point of view." During this talk about First Ladies, Wintour failed to mention Melania, who was the current First Lady at the time and had not been put on the cover of Vogue as First Lady. Melania's team shot back with a statement saying, quote, "To be on the cover of Vogue doesn't define Miss Trump. She's been there, done that, long before she was First Lady. Her role as First Lady of the United States and all that she does is much more important than some superficial photo shoot and cover. Also adding that this is furthering the divisive rhetoric and bias in fashion against Trump. And at number 6, Tim Gunn. Tim Gunn is a legendary fashion critic who made the mistake of criticizing the Met Gala, and after that he was of course never asked back. When Gunn was asked about going to the gala in 2016, he replied, quote, "It's very true, it's a crazy story, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a very matter-of-fact story. I was asked what's the most unforgettable thing I've ever seen in fashion, and I said, it's easy. It was watching Anna Wintour being carried down 5 flights of stairs by 2 bodyguards, 2 big hulking men, from a fashion show. All hell broke loose, it was insane. We've had an open war ever since." Since Gunn trashed the legendary Anna Wintour, his name has been blacklisted from every event since. And it's a clear snub since it's natural to assume he would be invited to the high fashion event. Halfway at number 5, Coco Rocha. Coco Rocha is one of the most well-known models ever, so it's strange that she never attends the Met anymore. But apparently Katy Perry is the reason that she's been blacklisted. In 2017, Katy Perry was one of the co-chairs of the event, which means she has an elevated role in the event and even has a hand in the guest list. The feud between these ladies actually happened years before in 2013 at the MTV VMAs when Katy wore the exact same Emmanuel Ungaro dress that Coco had worn to that year's Met Gala a few months before. After Perry wore the dress, Coco joked about it in an interview in a way that Perry found offensive, so they've been on bad terms ever since. When asked about why she wouldn't be attending the Met Gala back in 2017, Coco Rocha told the Post, quote, "I don't know, you'll have to ask Anna Wintour that." In at number 4, Zayn Malik. In my opinion, it's not a shock to see Zayn Malik on this list, because he's been very open about his hatred for snooty events like this. However, he attended the Met once because of his supermodel ex-girlfriend Gigi Hadid. After attending once in 2016, he was over it and has not attended since. He told GQ in 2018 about skipping the event, quote, "I'd rather be sitting at my house doing something productive than dressing up in really expensive clothes and being photographed on a red carpet. To do the self-indulgent, look at me, I'm amazing thing on the red carpet, it's not me." I'm sure Wintour did not like the harsh statement, along with the awkward headlines that came from Gigi Hadid walking the red carpet alone while they were dating. In at number 3, Tom Brady. This one's probably harmless, but who knows what lengths Anna will go to avoid an awkward confrontation. Back in 2014, Anna Wintour visited Late Night with Seth Meyers to dish about the Met Gala that year. Meyers asked her about some of her favorite looks from that year, and she gushed over the celebrities that she believed looked the best. When Tom Brady's fashion choice came up, Anna was more than underwhelmed. Brady decided to wear a black tie to the white tie event, a big no-no. When asked about his look, Anna said, quote, "Well, he has Giselle, so that helps." Ouch. Clearly, if it was up to Anna, he would not be invited back, but because he's married to Giselle, she receives a +1 for him. In at number 2, Kim Kardashian. Of course, this ban did not last because Kim and the other members of the Kardashian family are a mainstay at the event these days. But back when Kim was just a measly reality TV star trying to become an A-list celebrity, Anna Wintour made it clear that she would never be invited. A source revealed back in 2012 that Anna was reportedly adamant about keeping the reality show star off her guest list, bluntly stating, quote, "Anna hates Kim. Why would she be invited to the event? It's all the biggest stars in the world and Kim doesn't fit that bill at all," a source told Page 6. But of course, once Kim upped her style game and became a key figure in fashion, it was impossible not to have her attend. And finally at number 1, Coco Rocha. This is definitely the shadiest on this list, because Coco Rocha was banned after getting on the bad side of one of the event's co-chairs. Pretty much all of the time, Anna Wintour has sole control over the guest list and doesn't let outside voices have an effect on her decisions. But that changed in 2017 when she allegedly let one of her co-chairs ban someone. That year, Katy Perry helped host the event, but she never forgot the time supermodel Coco Rocha accused her of being a copycat, and she used her newfound power at the Met to make sure she got her payback. The drama started back in 2013 at the MTV VMAs, where Katy Perry wore the same Emmanuel Ungaro that Coco had donned at the year's Met Gala a few months before. Rocha then joked about the copying in an interview, and that was clearly enough to get her on Perry's very bad side. And at number 10, Donald Trump. Donald Trump attended the Met Gala numerous times with his wife Melania in the past, because New York socialites and even political figures are often invited to the Met. However, after he became president, president and enacted very controversial laws, he was banned from ever attending again. Many rumored he might be banned after many controversial statements, but this is one of the few people that Anna Wintour herself actually confirmed will not be invited back. And if you didn't already know, Wintour has been the editor-in-chief of Vogue since 1988, and she handpicks every person who is invited to the Met Ball. When Anna was asked during a segment of James Corden's Fill Your Guts or Spill Your Guts who she would never invite back to the Met again, she swiftly replied, Donald Trump. And at number 9, Kim Kardashian. These days it's hard to imagine a Met Gala without Kim Kardashian. When Kim was just known as a reality star back in the day, Anna revealed that she would not be inviting her to the Met. Apparently in 2012, Anna was adamant about not inviting Kim to keep the prestige of the event. A source even told Page 6 that, quote, Anna hates Kim. However, that all changed in 2013 when Kanye brought a pregnant Kim Kardashian to the Met Gala as his guest, which is something that Anna could not refuse. Since then, Kim has become a staple in high fashion and elevated her brand to be one of the most influential people in the world. And these days, the fashion world cannot ignore the Kardashian influence, and multiple Kardashian sisters are invited to the Met each year. And at number 8, Tim Gunn. Tim Gunn is incredibly well known in the fashion world and is somewhat of a staple on fashion television, as he starred in shows like Making the Cut and Project Runway. But even though he is fashion royalty, he said the wrong thing about Anna Wintour and has paid the price with his invite being permanently revoked. In 2006, Gunn was asked to recall the most unforgettable thing he's seen in fashion by the New York Post, and he answered, quote, watching Anna Wintour being carried down 5 flights of stairs by 2 bodyguards from a fashion show. Anna didn't like these comments, so Vogue asked for a retraction, but he refused, and his invite was taken as a result. He's claimed that he's been in a war with Anna and her team ever since. And at number 7, Amy Schumer. Another person who did not keep their negative feelings to themselves was comedian Amy Schumer. During an interview with Howard Stern in 2016, Schumer shared how awful the experience was, although she was of course grateful to be invited. During the interview she said, quote, it's people doing an impression of having a conversation. I don't like the farce. We're dressed up like a bunch of effing a-holes. I don't like it. I have no interest in fashion. I don't care. She even claimed that the event felt like a punishment rather than a privilege. She continued, quote, I left earlier than I should have been allowed. I got to meet Beyonce and she was like, is this your first Met Gala? And I was like, it's my last. And at number 6, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj went viral on the night of the Met because she tweeted that she didn't attend the event because of the vaccine requirement. She tweeted during the event, quote, they want you to get vaccinated for the Met. If I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. It'll be once I feel that I've done enough research. I'm working on that now. In the meantime, my loves, be safe, wear the mask with 2 strings that grips your head and face, not that loose one. She added in a follow-up tweet that her cousin in Trinidad won't get it because his friend got the vaccine and became impotent after, finishing, quote, so just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. And I can assume that after calling out the event for their mandate, she will not be asked back. Halfway number 5, Tim Gunn. Tim Gunn is a legendary fashion critic who made the mistake of criticizing Anna Wintour, which caused him to be blacklisted from the Met. The pair's feud began in 2010 after Gunn wrote in his book, Gunn's Golden Rules, a story of Anna being carried down some stairs, writing in the book, quote, knowing she famously disliked riding in elevators with other people, I thought, how will she ever get down? Hurrying over to the elevators, he looked over to the stairway railing to find that her 2 bodyguards were having a fireman's lock and were racing her up from landing to landing, with her sitting in their crossed arms. Wintour was even carried all the way to her car. Apparently after he published that story, all hell broke loose and their relationship was strained, and it reportedly demanded a retraction, which he did not agree to. After trashing Anna and the magazine in general, Gunn has not been invited back to fashion's biggest stage. And at number 4, Tina Fey. Tina Fey is hilarious, and she's well known for poking fun at her own celebrity and not taking herself too seriously, which aren't things that go well at the Met. After she attended the Met, she shared her experience with David Letterman in 2015. When asked if she had gone, she responded that she had, and that it was, quote, such a jerk parade, adding, quote, every jerk from every walk of life is there, wearing like some stupid thing. I dragged my husband along with me, which I'm still in trouble for. But she didn't stop there. She added later, quote, if you had a million arms, all the people you'd want to punch are there. And it seems that after those comments, she knew she would not be invited back, and she added, quote, clearly I'll never go again. And at number 3, Tina Fey. Tina Fey does not care at all about events like the Met, and she's made that abundantly clear when she publicly trashed the prestigious event. Back in 2015, the comedian told David Letterman, quote, I've gone to it once and it's such a jerk parade. Clearly I'll never go again. But you go and it's this beautiful space and it's just like every jerk from every walk of life is there wearing something stupid. You walk up these huge steps and I went in and dragged my husband along with me too, which I'm still in trouble for. From the statement, she clearly banned herself and she's completely fine with never going back. They didn't stop there either, adding quote, "If you had a million arms, all the people you'd want to punch are there." And at number 2, Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer is another celebrity that's made a name for herself by making fun of everything. But of course, making fun of the Met is gonna have some consequences. In 2016, Amy Schumer was asked about the event while on the Howard Stern show, and she said, quote, "It's people doing an impression of having a conversation. I don't like the farce. We're all dressed up like a bunch of effing a-holes." Adding, quote, "I have no interest in fashion, I don't care. I left earlier than I should have been allowed. I got to meet Beyonce, and she was like, 'Is this your first Met Gala?' And I was like, 'It's my last.'" So again, Amy was self-aware that she either would not be invited back, or she knew she just wouldn't attend again even if she was invited. And finally, number 1, Demi Lovato. Demi has only been to the Met Gala once, and it seems that one time might be their last, either because they won't be invited back, or Demi just won't want to go. Demi spoke about their time at the gala with Billboard and said it was a horrible experience, saying, quote, "I had a terrible experience. This one celebrity was a complete bitch and was miserable to be around. It was very cliquey. I remember being so uncomfortable that I wanted to drink." This was very shocking because this was around the time that Demi was trying to get sober, and apparently the Met set her back off course. Demi added that they went straight to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting after the Met, saying, quote, "I changed my clothes, but I still had my diamonds on. Millions of dollars of diamonds on an AA meeting." There was also a big scandal involving Nicki Minaj that followed the event. Nicki didn't tag Demi in a photo of them after the ball, to which Demi called her out for. This started another war, making the night even more awful for Demi than it was before.